Okay, finally we're asked to find an equation of a line containing two given points. And we're given 2 points here that the line passes through. So if we are going to try to find an equation of the line, there's two things we need. Two things we need when finding an equation of a line. The first thing is we need at least 1 point. We need at least 1 point that the line goes through. Well, we're good on points. You know, they gave us 2 points here, so we've got at least 1 point. We've got that covered. The other thing we need, if we're going to find the equation of a line, is we need the slope. We need the slope of the line. That is something we were not given, right? We were given 2 points. We were not given the slope. So, the first thing, points, we've got that covered. But we don't have the second thing covered. We need to find the slope. Well, lucky for us, there's an equation. When you're given 2 points, you can determine the slope using the slope formula. So let's write the slope formula down. Slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can use this formula to find the slope ourselves, since it wasn't given. I'll go ahead and label our points. And let's go ahead and calculate our slope, the slope for this particular line. First, we got to do y2 minus y1 on top, so that's going to be 5 minus 2 over x2 minus x1, so that'll be 9 minus 3 for us. If we do the calculations here, 5 minus 2, that's 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. And you might recognize that that can be reduced. This is a fraction that can be reduced. They both have a common factor of 3. So we could divide each of them by 3. And we'll get a final slope of 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we've now determined that our slope is 1/2. So we've got the second piece of information we need. We just figured it out ourselves. We've got our slope. We need at least 1 point. So if we're going to continue finding the equation of this line, we need to pick one of our points. I'm just going to pick the first one here. I'm going to choose this point here. So we've got our slope and we've got the point that we need. We chose 3, 2. Now that we have a slope in our point, we can use slope-intercept form to finish solving this. We just need to write everything, all of our given information, using this formula. So we know y equals mx plus b. And let's fill in the information. For instance, y, well, we've got a y right here. That's 2. Equals m. M is slope, right? And we figured out our slope right here. It's 1 over 2. X, well, we've got an x right here. That's 3. Plus b, we don't have a b. We don't know our y-intercept. So we've got to solve for b. And we can do that. 1/2 times 3, I know that that is 3 over 2. Okay, and if we want to solve for b, then we need to subtract 3 over 2 from both sides. Two minus 3 over 2. We could do that by hand, but I'm going to use our calculator here. 2 minus 3 over 2 is 0.5, or 1/2. So we've just figured out that our y-intercept is 1/2. And we can rewrite our equation now as y equals our slope, x, plus the b that we just calculated, and we're done. So just a quick recap. We were asked to find the equation of a line, and we were only given 2 points to do so. The first thing we did was we solved for the slope between these 2 points using the slope formula. Once we calculated our slope, we chose one of the points that we were given. I just so happened to choose the first point. We could have just as easily chosen this point, and it would have all worked out the same. But we chose the first point, so we had a slope and a point. We plugged that information into the slope-intercept form of a line, the y portion of our coordinate into the y portion of the slope-intercept form. Our slope got plugged in, our x value got plugged in, and we solved for the remaining unknown, which was b. Once we had b, we then just rewrote the equation of our line. We removed the y and the x, turned them back to variables, and we plugged in the slope and the y-intercept. And we are done.